Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I am going to be taking you guys through step by step how we create a budget for the new month. And of course, we're going to be setting up a budget for March of 2023. So if that is of interest to you, then please keep watching. Okay, so I plan to do this literally in real time, and I want to just walk you guys through how I set up a new budget and how long this actually takes. So the very first thing that I do is I reference our Excel spreadsheet. So at the beginning of this year, I actually set up a 2023 annual financial projection or projected spending and saving plan with the hopes that it would help to kind of guide us and show us what we could do with our money for this year, how much money we were going to be bringing in and what we could do with that based on that amount. So what would our annual net income be? What amount would go towards our mortgage and our water and sewer and all of the different bills and stuff that we have. Of course, to include how much we might consider or be able to save or invest or put towards debt. I like to think that how much we make really just dictates how much we can save or invest or spend. So that's kind of the purpose of this. So I'm going to show you guys this and then we'll move on to the next few steps. So you should be seeing what I'm seeing right now. And I have shown this annual family budget at least twice by now. So if you want to see a full breakthrough of what this all means, I will have some videos, or at least my 2023 financial reset video linked up above. But really I'm here because I want to see what March is looking like. I'm looking at March, and the only thing that's kind of standing out from any other month is that our extra investing is going to be up $20 because we do a little tiny $20 investment each week, but it happens on Fridays. So apparently I already did the math before coming here, and the math is that there are going to be 5, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 5 Fridays in the month of March. So that's standing out as something unique. Additionally, it's not really standing out, but additionally, I can see that we don't have a phone bill due for March. So what happens here is that we have Mint Mobile and we pay our cell phone bills at different increments. Like mine will be due again in April, and we just paid my husband's this month in February. So his won't be due again for another 3 months, which is in May. So that's really the only thing standing out. And like I said, that's pretty much why I come here. I also like to go to my notes to see what is coming up in the month of March. And as you can see, there is nothing real major coming up in the month of March. I see some things happening in April, but as for March, I do not see anything. So for which case, we are going to open up my Google Calendar. And I have a number of calendars over here actually, but I turned off the ones that don't apply. Actually, I'm going to turn off business. So now we have birthdays, family, reminders, tasks, and then my personal one. And so they're kind of divided up by in a way that my personal one captures what I have going on separate from my husband. I don't really keep up with his stuff in general unless it's something really major. And then I have birthdays on here as a calendar that I have checked off, and then family, which has all of our bills. So that's why I have that on here, and anything we're doing as a family. And then reminders and tasks, which typically don't really apply when it comes to finances, but sometimes I'll have, cancel this subscription, or, the free trial to this subscription ends. So I need to be mindful of that, those types of things, because they do affect our budget. So as we're looking at March here, I see that we have a couple of paydays. Well, not a couple. I have 2. I see my paydays. They are already in here, and I see my husband's paydays are in here. It looks like we're trying to go to an event on the 5th, but I can see that we haven't paid for tickets yet, which we might consider doing in February because it might be too late in March. But I don't know if we're super committed to going. So basically, if we do last minute try to buy some tickets and they're not sold out, we might consider doing that in March. So I have our car payment on here, which I'm going to make it the calendar color. And then I have a webinar. Oh, sorry, that's being weird. What else is happening? I see when our bills are due, which that's not super important. Oh, that might be a thing. Our dog doesn't have any more heartworm meds, And so I'm probably gonna have to take her to the doctor, one of us, in March, because she just took her last pill in February. She takes it monthly, but she doesn't have any. So she may have to go to the doctor, but I don't know that we pay a copay because we have that wellness plan. So we'll have to see about that. I also don't know that it's mandatory that she goes. I think they prefer that the dog drop in so they can lay eyes on them and weigh them to make sure the medicine that they're giving them is the right dose. But I don't know that she necessarily has to go. I see there is a St. Patrick's Day crawl that I've added to this, but that's free. So, you know, I might consider any money we might spend on that Friday. That's typically our date night. That's why we would even consider going. I have a dentist appointment, which there should not be a copay for that. There has not been ever. There's an event that my husband is going to, but that doesn't require money. My niece has a birthday, and then I am going to this work event here, but I already paid for it. So I do have to buy lunch, but that's not a major thing. And that's it for March. I also sometimes like to look at the next month to see what's happening. Now I already know that we have spring break coming up, both of us. So we'll probably be in the streets and spending money. And then I'm supposed to go on a girls trip with 4 of my friends from high school, or really from elementary school, and go meet up in Florida with a friend who recently moved there. It's kind of like us going to visit her. So that's supposed to happen. I'm driving there. One of the girls may actually ride with me. So I don't know, we might split gas. I'm staying at her house. We all are. So really, I would just have to buy food and stuff like that. So that's something to consider. And then everything else doesn't really matter right now. So basically what I'm trying to look at right now is what is happening at the beginning of April that I might need to budget for or be mindful of in this month, in March. So there's really nothing happening except spring break. And that really is just going to require a few $100s for this trip, or however much it's going to require. And then probably budgeting to spend a decent portion of our shopping budget that we have each month during spring break when we're off of work, because we'll probably get into some things while we're off work. Okay, so that is what I do after looking at the Excel budget. And now I'm going to go to Notion, and we are actually going to set up a monthly budget. So I'm going to come over here to all of my different pages, and I'm going to go to February budget, and I'm going to duplicate it. And then once that pops up, what we're going to have is February budget 1, and I'm going to change it because now it's going to be March budget. And I like to get our budget together about a week or so before the month actually starts. So that's why I am in here messing around with this. So now that we have March budget here, let's close this, and then we can work at this. So let's go ahead now and work on the goals section. So the goals section is going to be composed of a breakdown of the goals that we have for the entire year. And then also, it's also going to consist of some money tasks that we need to complete in the month of March. So right here I have that we're going to save $2,000 additionally. Well, let's look at our Excel budget, because the money, so we're going to keep that. So what's going to happen though is really we had a car expense to come up to throw off our entire annual budget. So instead of investing $2,000 additionally, we are not able to do that right now, because basically we're going to have to pay ourselves back from the money that we took from ourselves or borrowed from ourselves for this very expensive car repair. So we are going to save an additional $2,000-ish in the month of March. So we're going to leave that there. It's just money that will come back to us. We are going to work to invest 15% of our paychecks. So when I talk about additional investing, I'm talking about investing outside of our employers. Pay monthly credit card bill we will need to do in March. Add truck to car insurance, which has been on here for forever. We also need to re-register the truck. It's a whole thing. I don't know if we'll get around to it, but we might in the month of March. We have a pickup truck that doesn't move, and so therefore it shows because it's not insured. We have to register it and do some other stuff with it. So I'm going to leave it on here because it's an ongoing goal. We are going to aim to save $225 for our sinking funds. And then I will need to buy Zion, my niece, a birthday gift. That's my only March birthday. So I'm going to delete this one and I'm gonna delete this one. I have on here buy area rug. I really do feel like March, the start of spring, maybe when I finally buy a new area rug. We don't have any large area rugs in our home. We used to have one, but it got ruined. And so we need to buy another one. And I have my eyes on one, but I just won't pull the plug because in the grand scheme of things, what it comes down to is spending $180 on this area rug or spending it doing other things. And we keep prioritizing other things. Taxes have not been prepped and or filed as of February. So I'm thinking that should be a March goal. Well, I'm thinking it's gonna have to roll over to March. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna get out to our CPA and meet with him and all of that. I mean, I guess we could if we like scheduled it right now, but I'm thinking it may roll over to March, which is fine. So these are the goals that we have. I'm going back to March and I'm trying to double check. The only thing I could think of is to buy those tickets and to put that on here as a task. And like I said, I don't have a copay. My dog may have a copay. That's pretty much it for what's happening in March. We don't have a lot happening. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like such. I think that's good for the goals and the tasks. So next, I'm gonna take a quick peek down here at my subscriptions tracker and I'm gonna see what's happening over here. So we have Amazon Music, which takes place monthly, Sling TV, that's monthly, Netflix, monthly, Sirius XM is in April, Progressive is in June, and then Walmart Plus is in June. That's kind of jacked up, but I know off the top of my head when those are due. So we don't have anything coming up in March. So that means we can just strictly work on the budget. So because I'm working off of February numbers, the expenses this month and the progress are going to reflect what is happening in this month, in the month of February. But it's okay, because all I'm here to do is update the category in the monthly budget. The expenses this month is gonna be reflective of February. But on March 1st, it'll reset and it'll have 0 for all of the expenses this month. So, for which case, I need to change the car payment to a 3.7. I really wanna skip you guys through this. We don't have a phone bill due. I could delete that whole line, but I'll leave it there. Yeah, I'll leave it there and we'll put, my next one's due, I think it's like 4/1. It's in April at some point. It doesn't matter because it's not due in March. Electricity is gonna be due. They actually just emailed me or texted me. That's what I meant to also add in here, is that as I'm looking or putting the budget together, I also like to reference bills and texts and emails and apps and websites to see how much the bills are gonna be for the ones that change, like water, sewer, electricity. They vary from month to month. So this is gonna be due 3/10. So we'll update that. And then we'll update cable, which is 3/10. Really, I should just, if I really don't wanna do this every month, I should just put the day that it's due rather than the month, so I don't have to keep doing this. Okay, mortgage is gonna be due on March 15th. Water, sewer, close is gonna be due on 3/20-ish. Internet is gonna be due 3/23-ish. Amazon Music is gonna be due 3/25. Retirement, I'm not gonna put anything there. Actually, I'm gonna take off the phone one too because it's not relevant for the month of March. And then we have security, which is gonna be 3/26. Life insurance, 3/27. I'm randomly wearing this bracelet nowadays and it's dangling and it's bothering me, so I'm taking it off. Pet, 3/28. Netflix, 3/28. Okay, so let's walk through here. So our car payment is going to be the exact same amount, which it is every single month, which is $314.34. And that actually also, our actual car payment is $250, but we also have Toyota Care, which we prepaid for, which I don't think I regret. I don't know. And so that's included in there too. So together, all of what we pay each month for our RAV4 is $314.34. And then for our other cars, they're paid off. All right, so, let's talk about, well, you'll see what our income is after we finish this, but it should be pretty apparent because our goal is to bring in $6,500, to live off of $6,500 each and every month. Anything above that is great, but basically we want $6,500 to be really the minimum and kind of the maximum too. So I kind of explained that in the financial reset video if you want to know more. Okay, so we have the car payment. We have no phone bill due in March, so I'm going to erase that. Electricity, I actually have the bill, and it's a pretty cool bill. It's actually exactly $120, which for whatever reason I think is super fun. So I'm going to put in electricity here, and then cable is going to be $40. That's through Sling TV. Pest control is $46 even. Mortgage is $1,520.99. Water/sewer, it has come down, I think. So I'm going to budget $55. I don't have that bill and won't until we're well into March. Internet is actually going up, and it's upsetting me and my homegirls. And I think it's going to be $80 is what it's supposed to be ish, like $80 and some change, because it went up, but then I called to complain about it, and then they were able to give me a long time customer loyalty discount. So I think it's going to end up being $80 and some change each month after all is said and done. Next up, we have Amazon Music for $15.99. We are not doing any additional funds towards retirement. Security, I think, is going up, but I'm not really sure too much. So I don't know. I think I'll go ahead and add it and put it what its new number was, which is $52.14. Its new amount, sorry. Life insurance, $42.19. Pet, $61.05, and it has also gone up. We have shopping, which I'm going to delete because everything else will go to shopping. Netflix is $9.99. Investing is going to be $100. Remember, we talked about that. That's that little additional investing. Sinking funds, $225. And for our sinking funds, if I haven't mentioned them already, we actually are going to be saving for these over here. So we'll, except for the cell phones. So each month we save $166.50 towards our car insurance, which we pay in June and December. $8 towards Walmart Plus, which we pay in June, each June. $8.50 towards our Sirius XM subscription, which we pay in April and October. $25 towards our termite control, which we pay each December. And then HOA fees, we save $17 per month, which we pay that in January. So that's sinking funds. That'll stay the same. And then next up we have savings, which for this month, we're going to attempt to save well, I don't know why. Let's see. Let's do 2,000 here. Yeah, we'll do 2,000 here. And then that will leave the difference between $6,500 and $4,683.49 for our shopping, which, if my math is correct, I'm on a calculator here, which I should have brought it up on the phone, I guess. The math would be, the math ain't mathin'. Let's see, it's going to be 175. Nope, 17. I think I'm missing a bill. Let's see here. Mortgage, pest control, security, $52.14, electricity, $120, cable, $40, internet, $80, Netflix, $9.99. Water sewer, I got it at $55. Amazon Music is at $15.99. Life insurance is at $42.19. Car payment is at $314.34. Investing is at $100. Extra debt. Oh, is that what we're gonna do? No, we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna do for extra debt, aka it's also can be called saving. It's basically paying back ourselves. We're going to do a flat 2,000, which then will bring the total for shopping to what is going to be an accurate amount. And that is going to be maybe that's why I did that. 181651. And there we have a sum of $6,500, which gives us an every dollar budget. Now, let's talk about this shopping, because you're probably like, what is that? So for shopping, that is going to include literally everything except for bills and investing and saving, but it could include investing and saving. So basically it's going to be Clothing, any type of clothing that we might buy. We hate buying clothing, but still. Parking and other miscellaneous expenses. It's going to be groceries, food, eating out, date nights, food for our dogs. It's going to be any type of drive-through. It's going to be any additional giving that we do, like when we pick up tabs for people and things like that. It's going to be for birthday gifts. I mentioned I have a niece who has a birthday in March, so she already told me what she wanted. I love that. A Polaroid camera. So it's going to be for her money for her Polaroid camera. It is going to include gas for our cars, any other small expenses like oil changes and tires, which, by the way, I'm going to add that on here. We need new tires for the RAV4, and I'm told that they're having a tire sale in March, and I might be able to get, or the whole premise is that I could buy 3 and get 1 free. And I did the math on that. That's like $700 and something with them installing it and aligning the wheels, the tires, and all the things. So we might also be buying new tires. So we'll kind of have to see how we might navigate that, because we are budgeting $1,800. And if we went on a strict budget, we could probably escape with spending $750 on tires, and then the rest, the $1,000 and something, on everything else that I talked about. But otherwise, we'll just have to pull from savings or something. So wasn't really prepared for the tire situation, but that's something that we're gonna have to purchase. Although we don't have to buy tires now. They're wearing down, and we don't have to necessarily buy them now. But if there's a tire sale in March, we might consider going ahead and getting them now. If not now, then we can get them in like by the summer, by our next checkup. So I think that's gonna be it. That is gonna do it. That is going to be our every dollar budget for the month of March. So that is me in real time going through our budget. And it took roughly 20 minutes to go through our budget. Of course, I had to explain it, or I was here explaining it. So it might take me maybe 15 minutes. And that's because I did the heavy lifting for the Excel spreadsheet at the beginning of this year, or maybe it was the tail end of 2022. So that was pretty much the heavy lifting, and that's pretty much all that really required a lot of work, was putting together this annual budget. But otherwise, this is our March 2023 monthly budget. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely let me know what those are. The other thing that I would like to mention is that I will likely set up my budget planner, but I really just do that because I enjoy doing it and it's a creative outlet. I don't necessarily have to do it because I have our budget here electronically. So I don't have to actually do an actual planner setup, but I do that because it's fun and because I like doing it, and because sometimes I'll reference that over this. But I do want to say the reason why I don't use Excel for all of our budgeting is because I haven't purchased or sat through and tried to figure out how I can track all of our expenses. And I track every single one of our expenses right here. So I track our income, our expenses, our savings, all the things in Notion. And it's a beautiful, seamless process. This doesn't look that good. It looks kind of boring. But if you saw February, you would be like, wow, that looks really good. Everything's so clean and perfect and accounted for. So that's why I don't use Excel. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to track things and make graphs and charts and such in Excel. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll put the annual budget in Notion. I'm not really sure, but that's the difference between the two, is that I track all of our expenses and income in Notion. So the budget planner is really just like a creative outlet, and I don't know, it's something that I don't have to do. So anyway, this is our budget for March of 2023. Again, questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.